Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So we are very, very busy this week, but did manage to get a grand total of 6 things painted. I don't know if I'll call them models or not, but they were 6 things for 2 projects that I wanted to get done. I got a set piece that was required for me to do like the second, I guess, phase of the last war, which was a huge artillery gun. I couldn't find like an actual model kit I was happy with, so I built one myself, as well as a couple little like knick-knacky things I found around that would kind of like make it look cool. And then I needed bigger alien models for my MJ13 campaign. I have tons of alien miniatures, but they're all like 28 mil sized, and they didn't really fit what was described in the book. I assumed they were all going to be kind of like, I don't know, like Predator size, but they're all way bigger. And so I dug around and actually found some old Dead Zone minis that were perfect to make some like weird kind of looking aliens, and I painted those up. I've also got a start on a new project for a new phase of 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, as I've finished the first phase of the second phase of that game, because Dane's company's kind of wrapped the first like story arc that they have this week, which you haven't seen yet, but I recorded. And so I wanted to get some new models to paint up to like keep pushing that collection forward. I've also got some very cool new models that I need to get to, although I don't know what I want to do with them yet. I really want to spend time painting them, and so I haven't cracked them open yet, but you can see the review today for the new Cities of Sigmar Army deal, which Games Workshop was kind enough to send me as a complimentary review copy, as well as the Army book. And then I've got more stuff on the auction table. If you haven't checked out the studio update that's also up today, you can, and it'll explain why I really need to clean this place out, and also give you a walkthrough of the current state of the studio and kind of explain why I've been so quiet the last little while, because I'm in survival mode. So let's see what got done and what's coming up. So here's what I painted this week. For scale, I have one of my Great Knucklebones minis here next to my artillery piece. I needed a big artillery gun. So I fished around, I looked for some World War I and World War II kits. I couldn't find anything I liked. And I just ended up making this. This is made out of like 40K dozer blade bits, a gun off a dust mech, and then some old war truck tires, guard sandbags. I spray painted the whole thing with Army Painter Leather Brown, and then airbrushed it with some nice OD green. I did some stippling with sponges. I also airbrushed on some gray for the tires and stuff like that. And then hit it with washes, and then just a little bit of battle damage. And it turned out great. It matches the general vibe of grungy, decayed. We're not super sure what time period this is, but kind of World War I. And when I was digging around for the guns, I found these as well. I was like, oh, these are cool little tank traps. This is cool just to put in front of the tires here to kind of give it like some protection and make it look like an emplacement. So I painted up all that stuff. And then static grassed it with some stuff from Huge Minis, which is, like an appropriate, like sort of dead turfy grass. These are the Dead Zone minis I painted. I airbrushed them all the same, but I made them different by giving them different highlights. Everything was started with like a gray brown, and then a lighter gray airbrushed on top of it to give it that nice glow. I did some turquoise dry brushing for the skin and stuff, and then went through and did highlights. So that same gray, which was Mechanica Standard Gray, I then went through and added different colors to make them look different. So this one had like I think it was Daemonette Flesh. This one had, I think, Lauren Green, or some variation thereof. And then this one had orange, blazing orange, mixed into it. And that just gives them like a slightly, I love that this is basically that, what's that murder shrimp called? The super shrimp. the one that hits you as hard as a bullet coming out of a 22. It's like a rainbow shrimp. Crap, I can't remember what it's called. Mantis shrimp. Yeah, it's basically like a space mantis shrimp. Giant crab man, and then some kind of walking brain mouth thing. They're all horrifying. They all make perfect different versions of aliens for this XCOM, X-Files style game, MJ13. I started pulling it in base coating miniatures for more 5 Leagues in the Borderlands. I forgot I actually started painting a mage and then like never rolled the mage sorcerer for a mission, so I want to finish him off. There's a few other kind of cool like monsters as well. There's this weird sort of like, almost like innkeeper. I had one more do with sword and shield, and then this, I don't know what's going on with this guy. He's a tubby man, but he's got like a little kid too and a cleaver. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for, but I wanted to finish them off because I love these minis. They're little Reaper Bones minis. I got some more bone stuff together for some zombies, although I already have a bunch of zombies. These are kind of different, so 4 different like undead zombies, a cool kind of necromancer, some like lichy looking dudes, and just started putting some base coats down on them. Just with like a zenithal and then some washes, and I'll pick out the bright details, I think, to make them stand out. Lots of cool character models. There's like a pumpkin-headed knight, a neat little like undead wraithy warlock, some undead hounds, just different skeletons and stuff, like a variety of like undead models to enhance my current collection and just give me like a variety of miniatures to use as we start fighting the undead. And then we've got these lovely new miniatures. Man, they're just like, they're so nice. I can't say enough good things about these. I know there's some debate about, I think, people who like the old Empire aesthetic versus these, but I am here for it. Let me tell you, you can watch my review of this box set and of course the Battle Tome also today. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get to these, but this is like the kind of army I almost want to paint like one miniature at a time. Everything has so much character, and like seeing some of the other units that are coming out for this army, I want to do like I want to like write a game. I want to write like a Mordheim set in the Mortal Realms style game to play these with, because man, like, and yes, I know Warcry exists. I'm just saying these miniatures are really doing it for me, like from the character on the knight models through to just like how expressive like the Alchemite Warforger, the Marshal, and the Relic Envoy and stuff are. Even just the individual like dudes, the Steel Helms, they're awesome. And some of the new stuff is even cooler. So yeah, check out my review today if you want to see more about this. And while I do want to play AOS with it, like I want to actually spend my time. I don't want to just hammer out these miniatures. You know what I mean? I want to spend some time painting them. And that means I kind of want like a smaller project to play with them first. With all that going on, here's the stuff that's on the auction right now to continue to raise money for the studio. And that's going to be this remainder of my Legion army, which people are like, are you never going to play Star Wars Legion again? I'm never going to not play any game again. I will play all the games. The difference is that I have an unpainted, an unpainted droid army to paint up, and I won't paint it if I have this army to play with and need to play a game. So I need to clear out the painted stuff I have for games so that I start painting other things. So I've got a character posse here, minus Yoda, because somebody already sniped that, some strikes, ATRT, tons of Wookiees, 2 warriors and 1 defenders, or whatever they're called. Big blob of clones, phase 1s, got little phase 2 blob, tank, and a speeder. And then guest stuff too, Jay's trying to clear, Jay's taking a page from me and he's clearing stuff out. Again, this doesn't mean he's never gonna play Battletech again. It means that he's painting 3 more Battletech mercenary companies and doesn't have room for this one. So this is the other half of his light horse. 2 of the lances already got scooped, but you should be able to find these on eBay today. You can check the description for all this stuff, it should be up.
So there you go, just 6 things painted this week, but lots of like projects coming up. I'm excited for the work I'm doing. It's taking up most of my time right now, which you can check out, of course, in the studio update video, and you can also check out the the 2 reviews for the Cities of Sigmar box as well today. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more on the paint table next week to see what I get done. Till then, I'm Ash. Happy gaming. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Deathray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.